Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore live show. I know we were, Brad. It wasn't done on my end.
You're looking at your phone.
I know we're live. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore live show. It is a Friday night, and we're here to discuss season 1, episode 3 of Daredevil: Born Again. As always, this is Nerd Chicano here to host the show. And also, wonderful co-host Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to wonderful Friday night. And the time is right to talk about Daredevil: Born Again. All right.
Yep, exactly. We're here to discuss that episode, man. But before we can get into it today, we're going to go ahead and talk about how Brad is doing today.
Doing all right. So we had to go get a birthday gift. So we ran over to Target because there's not a lot of stores open other than that one at night. And I found a new friend. It's this cutest fucking frog.
Yeah, it's a little fucking frog.
Yeah, it's a little frog. It's fucking cute as shit. It was $3.
Oh, goddamn these dogs, bro. What a cute frog. That's it?
Well, and then we got a card, and that was about it. So
Yeah.
then we went to the liquor store and just bought him a bottle of whiskey. So
Damn.
yeah.
Well, hey, man. They're going to like that, too.
Yeah. Yep. I think so.
Yeah. Well, I hope that what's it called? You've had a good day, Brad. We're gonna be doing 2 episodes today, so we'll be here for a minute. But other than that, Brad, not watch anything, haven't played anything.
Not really. Nope.
Yeah.
Can't think of anything.
No.
So,
Nothing
not
else?
really.
All
Can't
right.
say I have.
All right. I worked out today and then I streamed. That's all I did.
What'd you play?
Kingdom Hearts 2. And then tomorrow we'll play Marvel Rivals.
Okay. Did you beat The Last of Us Part 2?
Not yet. I'm like, I'd like to think that I'm close to the end, but I don't want to read up on anything because then I'll get spoiled. I mean, I could also just look at the IGN and see how much I have left.
Yeah.
Part 2 walk through. Because I'm on Seattle Day 3 with Abby, so that means I have to be done. We have to be close to being done.
Walk through. Ba-da-da-da-dum.
Yeah. But, okay, so Chapter 2, Seattle Day 2, Seattle Day 3, and then the park, Seattle Day 1, Seattle Day 2, Seattle Day 3. Okay. Oh, well, I have 11 chapters, and I'm on Chapter 9. I'm Chapter 8, so I would imagine that, I'm almost done. I think so.
Mm.
Alright. Yeah. Whereas with Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm not done yet, so. But, I'm definitely way past the point where I think the game is good. The show will leave off in the first half of season, the first of this season. And then the second half of the game is probably going to be season 3. So, as for now, I'm pretty good to go with for season 2 of The Last of Us when that premieres next. Oh, no, not next month. Wait, is it next month?
Yeah, it's next month. That's what you said.
No, next month is
Oh,
Andor.
not Last of Us. Yeah, Andor premieres next month.
The Last of Us season 2 is April 13, 2025. Holy shit. Okay, Brad. So we have ourselves a three shows next month. Okay.
Fun
Cool.
times. Fun times ahead.
Fun times. Fun times. We'll have Daredevil Born Again, Andor, and The Last of Us season 2.
Andor.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's just what I've been doing. Cleaning around here, cleaning my fan, my ceiling fan, cleaning my entertainment center.
Oh, that's good. Get some
Yeah.
dusting.
Watched SmackDown and skipped the shit I didn't want to really see.
I've been watching the clips, so I
Yeah.
haven't really seen anything come up.
Yeah. I really do think they're gonna end up doing Solo versus Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob.
Mania.
I think Jacob's getting tired of Solo shit.
Yeah.
Personally,
I don't love you. So
I don't love you, Solo.
yeah.
Or pull a Cody Rhodes and fuck you, Solo.
Go fuck yourself. Hey Rock, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that was pretty off brand there.
Pretty much, right, Brad?
I was caught off guard.
I never thought I'd hear like a clear F word like that.
Yeah, just
Not even censored. But they are on
Just-
pay-per-view, so
I'm just like, there are kids in the audience, man.
yeah, but they're on pay-per-view. Who gives a
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
Yeah.
As Michael Jordan said, "Fuck them kids."
When we started watching, they used to say worse.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's because they were all high on cocaine.
Yeah. But yeah, man, other than that, Brett, not much really going on. Tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
I don't really know what I've got going on tomorrow, but on Sunday I'm having my birthday dinner
Okay.
that I didn't get to have because I left to Mexico. And now I get to have it this week.
Very
So,
nice. Well, tomorrow I'm going to a birthday party, so I want to be on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why today we're doing 2 episodes, man.
Dose.
So let's just do it then.
Let's get into it. Let's talk about some Daredevil and some more Daredevil and
Yeah. So, if you haven't watched episode 3 of Daredevil Born Again, you should probably get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers or you've already seen the episode, go ahead and stay. This is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect after these words from our sponsors in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's episode of the Nerdcore Live Show is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off with code TheNerdCore. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video.
getting up in your wife beater. Dear God.
Yeah,
no.
I can't go change that quick. Yeah, Brad, sorry, we're talking about the wife beater. So if you're not on Patreon, you didn't get to experience that.
Thank God.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't live, but yeah.
No, like
I had
but-
just gotten off the phone with Eric, and I was still wearing my wife beater, and I ended up getting in the studio, and Brad just sees me, and he goes, "I guess it was laundry day, right?" And I was like, I said, yeah, just to fuck with it, but I mean, funny enough, it was laundry day, but I have a lot of clothes, so I don't have to. But that's just what I was wearing that day after I got
But
out.
it gets worse because he stands up, where it's just
Yeah.
his torso showing and his wife beater, and he goes, "What
Looking
would
like-
you do? What would you do if I came in like this?" And I said, "I'd just leave." I'm just
Looking like I'm about to
gone.
whip my cock out.
I'm just out, bro.
I'm like, no, I'm good, man.
Good. I'm.
What
guess I'm
episode are
done.
we doing today? What the
I guess
fuck is
I'm
this?
done. We never finished Kurosawa.
Yeah. All right, Brad. Season 1, episode 3, titled "The Hollow of His Hand." The trial of Hector Ayala begins. Fist's old business associates seek to claim his vacant mantle. Episode is directed by Michael Cuesta. Written by Dario Scardapane. Created for television by Marcus Scardapane, Matt Corman, and Chris Ord.
It's a very Italian name.
Yeah. Written by Jill Blankenship.
It sounds
Cat-
familiar. I feel like.
Executive. I think you're thinking about Neil Blomkamp, Brad.
Oh, maybe.
Because unless you watch, she's relatively. Oh, well, she was a producer on Arrow. Yeah. And that's it.
I didn't really watch Arrow though, so that's probably not it.
Executive story editor is Catherine Blair. Staff writer is Devon Kligger. And, of course, Daredevil is created by, based on the comic book Daredevil, whatever, created by Stan Lee and Bill Everett. Episode stars Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, Margarita Leviva, R.T. Forshawn, Nikki M. James, Ayelit Zurer,
Who?
Ayelit Zurer, who plays Vanessa Fisk,
Oh, okay.
Michael Gandolfini, Sabrina Guevara, Clark Johnson, Jania Walton, who plays BB, Killian O'Sullivan, Victor Verhaeg, Gino Anthony Pesci, Patrick Murney, and just a lot more people, man. How come Hector's all the way down here, man?
I don't know.
But yeah. So I love how some of these people are called just old timer and New Yorker. What a great time.
So
Very good.
is Gandolfini the one who plays Daniel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Daniel's Gandolfini.
Yep. Okay.
Daniel Blake, yeah. And, of course, let's see if we have any trivia here, Brad.
We might.
Yeah. The fictional Brazilian soft drink Pingo Doce appears, Pingo Doce, or I don't know how to say that in Portuguese, appears on a bus stop advertisement. Bruce Banner worked at a Pingo Doce bottling plant in the Incredible
in the
Hulk.
original.
In the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, in the yeah, I remember that because remember like that whole place got like fucking destroyed or something.
Yeah. While Matt is listing officers who have submitted police reports showing a test to White Tiger's character in court, he names Officer Morales. Officer Morales is likely a reference to Jefferson Davis, Miles Morales' father, who is an NYPD officer in the Marvel Universe.
Wait. Do we have a Miles Morales in this universe? Is that our Spider-Man, or is Peter Parker a Spider-Man? Do we have both Spider-Man?
Remember in Spider-Man Homecoming, Childish
Everybody
Gambino Donald Glover plays Uncle Aaron.
Yeah.
And he says he has a nephew in the who lives on this neighborhood.
Okay, so they exist both. And then everybody's forgotten about Peter Parker. So
Yeah. The closing arguments on Ayala's trial were out of order. Matt Murdock, the defense attorney, went first, and then the DA went last. In real life, the defense always goes last. Hector Ayala meets the same fate as his comic counterpart. In the comics, Hector's identity as White Tiger is revealed, and Matt Murdock is hired to represent him. Before the trial, however, Hector is killed when he attempts to escape custody, leaving the mantle of White Tiger to his niece, Angela Del Toro.
who we see for a small scene that was a very touching scene.
Yeah, well, in the next episode,
In
right?
the next episode.
Yeah.
Sorry, they kind of blend.
Yeah. During his closing arguments, District Attorney Hochberg mentions that the worst thing about getting hit by a subway train is often the person is still alive for a time because the pressure of the train is keeping severed arteries closed, with the victim only dying once the train is backed up. This is actually something that has happened in real life in a number of occasions at multiple subways in the United States and internationally.
That sounds like a horrible way to die.
Yeah. All right, Brad. Give me your initial thoughts while I close the door.
Okay. I wonder what all the plates... I'm not giving my initial thoughts. I'm not giving my initial thoughts until you get back, because then what are we doing? We'll just wait. I waited for my initial thoughts.
Good Lord. But did you at least say some stuff?
Yeah, I said some stuff. I said I'd wait for you to get back to us so I can get my initial thoughts are, I thought this episode was good. I didn't think it was as good as the first two, but I thought it was good. I like the old switcheroo with Nikki. I thought that was pretty cool. I like trial stuff, like movies with that take place in courtrooms and all that. And I think one of the best part of the old Daredevil was, the Punisher trial. So I think that's good to bring this back and show us that, like, oh yeah, I remember Matt is a lawyer. So that's nice to actually have that present. And then I think going about and actually revealing who the White Tiger is, that like Matt said, that was like his last chance to
This last ditch effort, huh?
Yeah. How good that ends up being, we see at the end of this. So, I mean, I thought it was a pretty decent episode. I don't know if I would put it up there with the first two.
I think that this episode. Hold on, let me just go ahead and look at this real quick before I speak out of my ass.
And those was his initial thoughts. Less Daredevil, more Madison in the courtroom scenes.
Okay.
I just want Law and Order.
Yeah.
With
well, I mean, so Brad, this episode's really good to me.
Yeah, it's good. I'm not saying it's bad.
The stuff to me that's like really impressive is in the courtroom.
That's that's mainly where most of the episode takes place.
I felt that a little bit of I felt that the steam was kind of rolling, like the steam was kind of letting off towards the end, and then you get that ending.
You didn't get that ending where,
and it's like, holy shit.
Well, yeah, where we have someone wearing the Punisher symbol on their chest, like we used to see, shoot Hector in the head. Or I guess in this case, White Tiger, because he was dressed up as White Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, my uncle's here from Monterrey, and he's what's it
Okay.
called? He's checking to see if where he might want to come and see us soon. But sorry, I will look at this in a bit. So Brad, I really like the trial, and it's just something that I'm glad that at least from Netflix's Daredevil kind of crossed over pretty well, where we were able to get the feeling of the courtroom and seeing where.
Yeah.
He's working, but is because this is also kind of a weird time in Matt's life as a lawyer.
Yeah,
because
he's trying not to be Daredevil, and
Yeah.
he keeps like they keep trying to pull him back in to be a
and
Daredevil.
also because Murdoch and Nelson
Isn't a
Nelson and
thing
Page
anymore.
isn't a practice anymore.
Yeah, and so
and-
he's working for another company.
Yeah, so he's kind of like doing this freelance thing, and like kind of like also doing like this other company, and it's like. He doesn't like. I get the feeling that Matt doesn't feel like he's like doing the work he should be. So when he gets this trial from Hector, he's like, holy shit! Like this is kind of the stuff that I was doing with Nelson, Murdoch, and Page.
Yeah.
When they were doing that office, like remember, like for those of you who don't even remember this last season, like one of the biggest cases that I remember. Was the case with that old lady who her landlord wanted to kick them out, and he offered free services to make sure that lady didn't get kicked out of her apartment.
Yeah, and we get a little bit of more of that in the next episode.
Yeah. And it's just to me like. It's kind of Matt remembering that, like a lot of this episode is Matt remembering, like, okay, I'm kind of being pulled back into, like, my old life. And it's not just his lawyer. It's, of course, Daredevil. And he seems to be getting reeled back in. And he can't help but get pulled back in. Like, they go and try to find the dude at the fucking, what's it called, at the apartment. So he has to fucking go in, Nikki, yeah, the one guy who was the witness, who was the one who was getting his ass beat by the cops.
Yeah, but then you see just what pressure that guy was under with about, 20 cops sitting in the courtroom. I mean, that man had no, like, I'd be scared to frickin' say anything either with 20 cops in the courtroom.
Yeah, for sure. So that the stuff in there is great, man. And then of course you have more of the couples therapy with Vanessa and Wilson, and it must be so fucking hard to sit in that room and not be outright say to to their therapist, yeah, my husband kills people.
Well, and also the therapist, if she has a clue and has heard of Wilson Fisk before, probably has an idea of that this man is the kingpin, because literally they're painting portraits up around the city in tagged graffiti that he is the kingpin.
Yeah, and they're starting to uncover like these dirty secrets about Wilson that he tried to keep pretty hidden, but come on, man, I think it's actually fucking pretty difficult to have kept that shit hidden for as much as you can.
I do think that scene's a very powerful one with Vanessa. Hey, stop looking at your fucking phone.
My uncle, goddammit. It's my
Every
uncle,
goddamn
man.
time.
It's my uncle, man.
I get it. But still, every time, Vanessa is on there, she seems like to be the more powerful than Fisk. Every time. She even calls it out. She's like, Wilson would never lay a hand on me, whatever I did.
That's in the next episode, Brad.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, but look, Brad, I know what you're doing, Brad. I know where you're going. I know you want to talk about that episode. But to me, Vanessa she doesn't want to fix things with Fisk. I think she mostly wants to like start the process of having her be Queenpin now.
Yeah, I think that's what we got. Like, she basically is Queenpin.
Yeah.
In the previous episodes.
Yeah.
Because she's running it and she's saying she's doing a much better job than Wilson ever did.
Yeah. And now Fisk wants to make sure that vigilantes aren't taking over the streets. And
of course not, because they would be bad for his business.
Mm-hmm.
Or her business.
He's the only one who's
yours
supposed to be getting shit done around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it just, to me, this was a really good episode, Brad. I love the stuff in the courtroom. To me, that's really the strongest, and that is most of the episode for sure. I don't really know what we're gonna do with this character of White Tiger. And
do you think somebody else gets the
the mantle?
Yeah.
Which would so,
require
Brad.
getting the amulet.
I think so. I think somebody's gonna take it up.
Do you think it'll be his? I don't know, because his niece is pretty young, right?
She's pretty young. I think it would be really cool if it was Nikki. But I don't know if Nikki has any like actual like connection to Hector Ayala other than the guy who saved him when he was getting fucking beaten to shit.
Nikki would actually be up for being White Tiger.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
That man's on 3 Cokes to Sunday.
Yeah. But dude, I mean, it's just look, we're heading on a good route, and I really like these episodes, but I'm not in love with them yet.
Yeah.
But then we got the ending.
Yeah, the ending was...
So, Hector is acquitted. Everything's fine. But he had to come out and try to go and show out.
Well, in the previous episode, or this episode, I forget which one, but Matt literally tells him your days of White Tiger are over.
Yeah.
Which, kind of good advice when everybody knows who you are.
Yeah.
Kind of good advice, and then we see at the end that was kind of fortune telling on Matt's part.
Yeah, and so Hector gets killed, shot in the head, and you don't really recognize the guy until he comes up, and you just see the logo of the Punisher.
Yeah.
Now, Brad, I want you to approach this with the mindset that you didn't watch episode 4.
Yeah.
And I ask you this. If that is Frank capable of killing someone like that? Because we know where Frank stands with the cops.
There were 2 thought processes going through. I even sent you my thought process after seeing that. One thought process is it could be Frank because this was technically a cop killer that got acquitted.
Yeah.
Possibility. But at the same time, White Tiger seemed to be like a very good vigilante. He didn't hold up for corruption. He didn't even corrupt cops. And I think we all know, at least if this follows Netflix's Punisher and Daredevil, Frank knows cops are corrupt in the city. So that was to my mind when I first saw it. I'm like, that's not Frank. That's not the Punisher. I mean, he's wearing the logo and everything, but that's not the Punisher.
Yeah.
To my mind went to Fisk let Bullseye out, and he's just dressed as the Punisher running around killing people now.
I think I would be much more inclined to that theory. Because Bullseye did dress up as Daredevil in season 3.
That's true. Yes.
So he's not that far from having the cosplay now, the Punisher.
Yeah, which I actually took time to look up to see if that had happened in the comics. I couldn't find it where Bullseye had dressed up as the Punisher, but it would not be a far stretch because you think of Bullseye's skills. I mean, it would make sense.
Oh my God, Brad, how could I forget? This episode with Fisk was with the police chief, Brad. Remember? When he told him that he was going to quit?
Yes, and he basically...
and he goes, what a shit... he goes, this thing's disgusting. When he's eating the cheesesteak, and he's like, Which, by the way, I mean, that tells you one of two things. Two things. Fisk is trying to make sure that he has anybody in his pocket, right?
Yep.
But he's also not above using his old tactics.
Oh, no.
Even if he's in office.
No, a little blackmail goes a long way, right?
Yeah.
Little. Fisk will always be a bully. I mean,
100%.
I mean, I don't know if we'll see
the disciplinarian.
No, that's not a Catholic nun. I don't know if we'll see the Fisk we saw in the Netflix version, who literally went and changed people's like health care and put them into debt so he could owe them. Would buy up like healthcare companies and insurance companies and put people in literal debt so he could owe them. We might see that. I would like to see that because, you know, of all the awful things Fisk did in that series, that was the worst. And we saw Fisk like kill people.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought that was if I'm not looking at the stuff in the courtroom, I think that scene with the police chief is one of the strongest scenes in this episode too.
Yeah. And the one where he's at the funeral, and the police chief comes over and basically tells Fisk to fucking eat shit and die.
Yeah.
I think, in, you know, the follow-up where the police chief is now, you know, in the pocket of Fisk. So.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks. I don't know. But here's the thing. I don't know if you hold a man like that completely in your pocket.
Yeah.
Even with threats to his family.
Yeah. It really... You know, as much as I really like this episode, I also watched this knowing that Camar de la Reyes died, and it just really sucks because he's a really fucking good actor. He's a really fucking good actor, man. And especially that monologue in the beginning where he's talking about the cookies in Puerto Rico, and it's just like, I loved him, man. I think he's a great actor, and you know, I shouldn't have known. You know, I don't know Daredevil is like Daredevil's my favorite hero, but I haven't read every single fucking comic of Daredevil.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that fucking that White Tiger was gonna die.
No,
But,
I mean I didn't know. I really haven't read the Daredevil comics.
Yeah. I know something about what's possibly gonna happen next season because I fucking know about these comics, and it just fucking sucks that I was like, oh, now I got it confirmed, you know.
But I don't think everything's going to follow the comics because, like I said, I think Bullseye is going to be that Punisher, you know, cosplay.
No, but I'm talking about something else, Brad. And I won't tell you about it because I don't want to ruin it for you.
Oh, is she Hulk back in the?
Oh, no. I wish. No, I'd be really happy about that. I'm pissed off about this. But yeah, man. It's just to me, it's a great episode. Strongest stuff to me is the courtroom, the stuff with Fisk and the chief, and of course that ending.
Yeah.
I don't put it above Frank, but I just don't think that that's Frank. I don't think that's Frank, but I think that some people are starting to be copycats.
I think if it was Frank, they would have shown the face personally.
Yeah, but I also really do find it interesting for us to kind of like take this series into a place of like copycats starting to emerge, and because of, you know, our modern society and where we are right now, a lot of people who misinterpret the Punisher and what he stands for.
Yeah, a lot.
It makes for like a really interesting what's it called, a plot point here in this show for you to start like bringing up copycats. So, Brad, what's your final verdict on the episode?
I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. That's pretty good.
I'm going to stick with my last one. I'm going to stick with my 8.75, Brad. This is a good episode. And I really liked it. I'm just not at that 9 yet, Brad.
Yeah, I don't think it's there yet.
I'm just sorry. Like, to me, still, like, it feels like it's trying to be Netflix's Daredevil, but it just doesn't have the visual motifs of Netflix's Daredevil.
Not quite there.
No. It just feels like Disney's Netflix's Daredevil.
Yeah.
To me. And it's just like, I don't know. I didn't want a copy of it, but if you were going to make a copy of it, just try to, you know, bring in the stuff that also made it the show that isn't just the violence.
Yeah, the grittiness of the look.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
I think story-wise, though, they're on the right track.
Yeah. But that is it for our review of episode 3. And of course, we want to thank you guys so much for joining us. Not really going to plug it up right now because we're going to be back literally in like 5 minutes for episode 4 review.
5 to 10.
5 to 10. So join us there. But make sure you click on that video. Only thing I'll let you know, if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode that drops on the channel. And if you're on Twitch, make sure you're following us on Twitch, the Nerdcore. And of course, poor Raul hasn't had a decent 9 out of 10 episodes since The Idol.
Don't put that evil on us, Ricky Bobby.
Don't put that evil on me, bro. I did not give a 10 to The Idol.
No,
a 9 out of 10 to The Idol.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but what's it called? So yeah, and if you're on our podcast, or favorite podcast app of choice, leave a 5-star review and follow us on that app. We're gonna be right back for our review of episode 4 of Daredevil Born Again, and I'm gonna grab a water bottle.
I'm going to the bathroom.
But yep. So Brad, go ahead and send him out of here.
All right, Raul, thank you for being host as always. Thank you to Stacy for joining us in chat. Thank you to the listeners, our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And in this episode, I'll just say we'll be back in like 10 minutes. So young Yoda out.